There is a little insect park in the huge campus of Kasetsart University, Bangkok, Thailand. A hidden, secluded, nice garden with a lot of insects. Here the wild honeybee Apis florea. And next to it is the Entomology Reserach Institute, where Dr. Chama Inson is working with interesting small species of tropical honeybees. Probably the smallest in the world. They can be farmed in hives not bigger than a shoebox. And here they produce brood, honey and highly valued propolis. Nobody would expect these structures to be from honeybees, but they are. And who knows, probably one day we can keep these bees that are not bigger than a fruit fly Drosophila indoors or in our Western greenhouses for pollination of flowers, decorative plants and vegetables. And who knows, probably one day we keep these pet honeybees at home, like some enthusiasts are keeping ants, phasmids, scorpions, beetles and reptiles. Only thing they need are flowers and protection, and the only enemy in our homes for these tiny honeybees would most probably be our vacuum cleaner. So welcome back again here at the Kasetsart University. We're together with Dr. Chama. She's entomologist here, specialized on honeybees and stingless bees. And it was an interesting tour that she had with me just the last 30 minutes. I also tasted some of this fantastic honey that she gave some samples to me. Honey from coffee flowers from mellifera, from the European.
Yes, Apis mellifera, corrected.
Excellent taste. It's not so much about coffee, but it has something very, very aromatic. It's more like a perfume than like a honey. Then it is normal sunflower honey. That's what we know also from Europe. I think here it's not so sweet, but it has more like a citric acid aroma in it. It's quite different. And then the wild honey, this is from what kind of a?
Apis cerana.
Serrano.
Yes, Asian honeybee.
Asian honeybee. Also very tasty and full with flowers and a dark, deep aroma. Also, so you have the whole diversity of all the flowers from Thailand, of course, coming with it. Then this one is very, very special. It's completely black, as you can see, or very dark, like oil. It looks like petroleum a little bit. It's from Dorsata.
Yes, from Dorsata.
The giant honeybee.
Yes.
So this is a wild honey.
Yes, it's a wild honey, and this species is keeping this giant honeybee from the only place in Thailand, from the Songkhla province.
So that's a really, also I tasted it and I said it's so aromatic, I would use it for pancakes. Because this would be really good because it's so aromatic. And for the honey it's also of course very expensive.
Yes.
Because it's from a wild captured hives. Very dangerous also to collect. And then this is the top of it. This is from the stingless bees. It looks a bit like a paste of a fruit juice. And it is so fruity and aromatic. It's absolutely incredible. This is from your stingless bees.
Yes.
And let's talk about stingless bees. This is really something special and we don't know it in the temperate regions because it's a tropical species. You have made also much of your work as PhD master work on stingless bees. Why stingless bees? What is special about them?
The white stingless bee you can find in the forest, but you can find in the urban. And this forest species you cannot culture in the box. It's a very different the size and the behavior of habitat. If you want to keep a culture of stingless bee, you should be choose the urban species. This species is the small size and they can live in the box.
So like you can keep them like normal honeybees, but in a very small scale, as we can see then later on also in these videos. We have these small boxes
Yes.
that you have built outside for keeping of the stingless bees. So this is only one species of a lot of species of stingless bees, or how much diverse are stingless bees at all?
Stingless bee in Thailand now record is about 35 or 36 species, but the species you can culture have about 3 to 5 species, especially the middle size, and they can stay in the box in the hole.
And if you want to cultivate them, they are so small, and as you can see it from there, it seems to be little honey, but it's from thousands and thousands of these very, very small stingless bees. What for can you use them then? If you can cultivate them, what is the use for humans of this cultivation of stingless bees? What for we can use them?
Use them for pollination of the tree, of the fruit, of the orchard, or some farmer use in the greenhouse for the pollinate the melon, strawberry. This is the main purpose for the stingless bee culture. And after useful of stingless bee culture is you can produce honey and propolis.
So you can keep your small hive of stingless bees inside the greenhouse, and you have your own kind, you have your own honey bees that you can keep inside of a closed greenhouse, so that you controlled pollination is going on there.
Yes, you can control the stingless bee in greenhouse because the stingless bee has the near radiance of for the search of the food source. Different the honeybee. Honeybee has have a high distance for the food source about 10 kilometers. Different the stingless bee. Stingless bee has the distance for the food source about 80-100 meters.
So they have not that big range for search of food. Also, I have seen it in the pictures, some of them we will show you during the interview now, that the way they build their cells is quite different to the way that the normal honeybees build their hives and they keep up the brood. What is the main difference between stingless and normal honeybees?
The stingless bee, the nest structure inside has the brood. The brood is a cluster character and has the honey pot and pollen pot for to store the honey and pollen. So different the honeybee. The honeybee has a comb, have a hexagonal cell for to keep the egg, larva, pupa, and adult, and keep to the honey and pollen in the hexagonal cell only. So different.
So it's interesting to see that stingless bees, they make kind of spherical shaped cells for the honey, for the brood also, that they build very interesting structures, that they don't glue themselves to the wall, but they have mostly kind of like a little branch leading to that. Also they use different material for the building of their cells. What do they use here in the tropicals? It might be very hot and wax would be too melty. So what do they use to make their cells?
They make the cell from the resin and gum from the plants. They collected resin and gum from the plant. In the inside of hive, they mix resin and gum with wax, and this is called propolis. And they use for the brood cell, the pod, honey pod, and pollen pod.
So that's interesting that they go to the plants not only to collect the nectar and the pollens, but also the resin for the building of their cells. And they must be, because in tropical regions it's high humidity, high temperature, they must be very antibiotical
yes.
also, the cells. Is that the case? Yes.
The active ingredients on propolis, this effective to against and prevent disease from bacteria, virus, and some fungi.
They are so fragile, so small. What are the main enemies of the stingless bees in nature?
In nature, the main enemy is ant, especially red ant, and Asian bugs or sting bug in the red Duviides family, and another is ginkgo.
The gecko.
Gecko.
The gecko.
Gecko is wetting the stingless bee in the entrance and the catch. Many stingless bee.
So I have seen in your master and PhD work also that you made some very interesting research about the entrance structures of the stingless bees, that you separated it out from the different species. That you've seen that every species has a typical shape of an entrance for going into this hive. So you can judge them now from the shape of the entrance. What species of insect is it?
I can to separate species from the character of entrance. Such as some species has a big entrance in the triangle shape, and character is hard and broken. Is the big species is Epicalis species, and some species has tail. The tail from the underground is the tail show the on the floor. This species is Colina species. You can separate species from the character of entrance.
And so you also mentioned that there are, of course, not only stingless bees that grow inside of holes of trees, but also in the ground, on the ground, and high up in the canopy also, where it's difficult to cultivate and to take the honey from. Was it also traditional in Thailand to collect the honey from this very small insect, or is this a new invention that you collect this kind of honey now?
In the Thai tradition, usually to collect the propolis more honey harvest, because some people use the propolis for the cover the boat. The base of the boat, like silicone cover. In the past.
So that the boards they are fine together and no water is coming into the boat. So that is a wide range of useful thing that you can do with but the honey itself you can buy it outside somewhere in the villages from that they collect from the wild, or is it only something that you can taste here in your office?
In the past, many people usually to collect propolis, but in the present, many people culture stingless bee for collect honey. Some people to manage the stingless bee culture for collect honey in the blooming season of rambutan in the Chantaburi province.
Yeah.
The farmer can collect a mass yield of honey from stingless bee.
So they have not only the orchards, but also the honey
Mo-
from the bees and the good pollination
And good
of
pollination.
the fruit. What do you think about introducing stingless bees also to Europe into greenhouses for pollination inside of greenhouses? Because this is kind of a tropical situation also, and a tropical in a greenhouse that is used year round. Why not using stingless bees for pollination? Did you think about that also?
I think it's very difficult for stingless bees survive in the Europe, but if the greenhouse can control the temperature, I think they can survive in the short time. But not same the Apis mellifera in Thailand.
Okay, this is quite different. So, but Apis mellifera from Europe is a species that is used to make a hibernation. Also, when they do not collect honey, nothing. So, how do they survive in Thailand in a tropical climate? Is that no problem for them?
No problem. And Apis mellifera in Thailand not hibernation period.
Okay.
They can survive and working all years.
Okay.
Not hibernation. And in Thailand have many crops for the Apis mellifera.
Besides stingless bees and mellifera, you have this Serrano and Floreo. Also
Florea.
Floreo, yeah, from Dorsata. But you have different kinds of Floreo and Serrano. Why don't you cultivate Floreo and Serrano?
We can cultivate solana.
Yeah.
In the Thai people, they usually use the hive from the nature. In the high seasons of Apis mellifera, many populations swarm. The Thai people can prepare the hive in the nature, and after that, Apis solana can building the hive in the hive material of farmer.
Okay.
But the Apis florea is the wild species, and the farmer cannot cultivate. But the farmer can attractive in their area for to collect the hive, easy to collect the hive and send to the market. And another species is Apis dorsata.
Dorsata, yeah.
The dorsata, commonly dorsata build the hive in the high tree and have the big hive. In Thailand, have the one period for to the bee hunter for to cry the hive, cry to the high tree for to collect the honey in the high tree. It's very difficult for the bee hunter and
dangerous also.
And dangerous also. But in the one place in Thailand at the Songkhla province, they have a giant honeybee cultivate wisdom about 200 years ago. This area can cultivate Apis dorsata. In this area, you use the big branch, and they use the small branch for the cover is a big branch. After that, in the same time every year, the Apis dorsata from the mountain
traveling
and immigration to this branch and hive of people in this area, and after that they build the comb, the big comb, and collect the honey. And after that, the people can collect the honey, easy collect, don't cry the high tree.
So that's a very intelligent
Yes, they can
thing.
collect about 3 to 4 times per year.
Okay. So it's like fishing, but not with fishes, but with insects. You make like a structure where they are attracted to, and then the traveling populations of Dorsata sit down on this branch, and your husband made some beautiful pictures. We will see them here also about how they are attracted to these branches, and then there is more easier and more secure to collect the very big structures that Dorsata is building. So this honey is coming from kind of this attracted Dorsatas to the thing.
From Songkhla province, giant honeybee.
Really very dark colored.
Do you like this one?
It's very nice. It's beautiful. It's of all the sorts of honey, this is astonishing because it's not so extremely sweet, but it's much more aromatic. It's like the whole thing of flowers. It's more kind of a perfume than what I was thinking before as honey. This is much more like a perfume. Fantastic. So I heard that you probably come to Europe also one day. So what is your future work that you are doing now?
The future work, the near future.
Yeah.
I have a plan to take scholar of postdoctoral at Montpellier.
Montpellier?
Yes. I will to training about molecular technique for to identification of some species complex of stingless bee.
So this is still very difficult. You have some samples here, so that you just have an idea how difficult it could be, because they're so extremely small. And you said over 30 different species now that you think 30 to 40, or probably at the end after molecular studies you have 550 then, or even more of the. Okay. How in the end you would like to go into molecular identification of species of stingless bees?
I think this technique can apply to study about the DNA of some species of edible insects, such as chiclet from another regions in Thailand. I think they have a distribution of DNA.
I mean, this kind of it's a help for taxonomists also to clearly identify the species much more clearly than sometimes just looking at the specimens in the different boxes that are spread around the world somewhere in the collection. Yeah, that's of course the technique of the future of the taxonomy. So thank you so much for this information, Dr. Chama. Hope to see you next time again, and thanks for the tests of this nice collection.
Okay, you're welcome, and I'm glad to meet you
Thank you
for your interview. Thank you very much.